Hey guys, so I'm here today to show you how to build a test in Aware, put it in Canvas, and kind of talk about some of the testing stuff. So first thing you want to do is log into Eduphoria, because that's where Aware is located. And go to Aware. Should be pretty self-explanatory. So I'm in Aware, and then and I'm just gonna make a sample test of like a couple of questions so that we don't have to actually spend hours making this. But I'm gonna go to the assessments tab, and from assessments, I'm gonna click create new blank test. Okay. I'm gonna title it, today I'm titling it sample. My subject is science because I'm going to use a biology test. My level is 9th grade. The performance values, you should switch to be what your star pass rates are. So like approaches for biology, we're talking like 44, 64, 60, 64, and 84. And then you want to, up here, on your type, you're going to go down and I select high school campus assessment. I'm going to add a course from high school, from science. In this case, it's going to be biology. This is Richland High School, so that's all good. And then I'm going to click generate at the bottom. So now it takes me to the like blank building screen. You can show the test complexity for like how many questions and the standards and all that if you want. So I'm going to click the plus sign. You can search the item bank by standard. So if I wanted to have a standard on collect and organize data, I can look at all the release star questions that were tied to this and pick one. Okay. Or go out of that and I can put in my own test. So I'm going to add an item, and selected response means that it'll be multiple choice. Constructed response means that it'll be a free response. Numerical response, they're going to type in numbers. I'm going to show you a resource. So I have to title my resource. And this is going to be a graph of volume and boiling time. Okay, so here is where I actually enter my resource. Now, I will say when I make a test, I think it's helpful to have a digital copy and a paper copy, because on the paper copy I like to have my answer key and my standards, and that just makes it faster for me. But so I go to my digital copy of my test, find my graphic, Control C to copy, come back over to Eduphoria, and then I hit Control V to paste. Okay, and that works if you have to type like a whole paragraph. I will say the annoying thing is if you are doing like a paragraph or a longer response, their 3 font styles don't match their default font. So either just be okay with the font styles not matching the default font, or sorry, I'm moving myself over here so that I can click buttons. Or change them all to like. Okay, so now there are 2 plus signs. On the first plus sign, this will actually link the item to the resource. On the second plus sign, it'll just add a new question. So I want to link a question to this graph. I want to pick my standard. In this case, it's going to be about analyzing data. So analyze, evaluate from data. here's my question. According to the graph, which of the following is the independent variable? And then I scroll down more. I never set the depth and complexity, but I mean, you can if you do that normally. And I am typing in my responses. So, volume of water, add a response. You can give rationale, like if you want to, I don't, but you can. Effect of volume of water. Boiling time. Boiling time for cannot be determined in formation. Then I hit create. I want to make sure that whatever my correct answer is, I've clicked. So whichever one you click, Eduphoria is going to say, oh, okay, that's your answer. Good job. Congratulations. So I hit create. So it says it's a linked item. Now I have a choice. I can link an additional item to the same resource, or I can move on. So let's say I want to add another linked question. I can. Same standard. Just going to go down here and click on it. I'm going to type try example because for that, and maybe this is a true false answer. So you just give two responses. Okay. And I hit create. Once I've done that and I want to move on, I'm going to just hit plus. And again, I can add item or search the item bank. So I add an item. And I pick my thing. And I say, what is a hypothesis? And I spell check myself. Okay. What is a hypothesis? And then we have answer choices. But I'm gonna, you know how to write those questions. Okay, create. And so let's just say this is all of my test because this. So if you notice, right now when I'm looking at everything, I'm like, oh, this is A, B, C, D for the first one and then F, G. So I want to turn off alternate lettering. When I go to administration, I want to say what students, what sections, okay, and you're going to pick students in selected courses. So we're in semester A, so it's biology A, pre-AP biology is going to take this, sheltered biology is going to take this, inclusion biology is going to take this. And then also for collection, here's where you say where the test can be taken, meaning like it's only going to be open for teachers to like push this out to their students through this time, or if you were doing a paper version, the printing the paper exams and all of that. So for the sample, I'm just leaving a day. Normally I make it like a month or so. So online testing controls for teachers, testing style interactive to make it an online test. I'm going to copy this to clipboard here to save myself a minute. if it needed a calculator, I could enable that. I don't want them to view their submitted responses. I'm going to randomize the questions. I'm going to enable the lockdown browser. Force submit if they try to leave that lockdown browser. Yes, teachers can print things if they want. Okay. And then I'm going to change this to active. Okay. So now if I go to analyze, if I go to the Analyze tab, up here it says Test Available, so I can click on it, and it's going to show me all of my tests. So these are old tests from many years ago when I taught at Haltom, but this person who made it made the testing window for like 10 years, so they don't go away. So here's my assessment. I am now going to click online test proctoring. And once I do that, because I already made the lab safety one, so I'll show you there. Once I do that, I go to this tab for online test proctoring, and I can give kids supports, right? Click on this, enable text to speech. I can select all of them and give supports. I can start all of them. I can force submit individual students or different people. Now, I contacted Eduphoria, and there's no way to set a time limit in that, like, if I start the test on Thursday and I want to close it Friday, when a kid takes it, I just want them to have 45 minutes to do it. There's not a way to do that. So what I think what I think is going to have to happen is that I tell kids, your test is Thursday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. It's the only time it's going to be open. And if you can't make that for some reason, you need to contact me and make an arrangement for like a makeup test. But I don't feel comfortable having tests just like out in the ether for a whole day, because let's also be honest, just locking down their browser does not lock down their phone. So there you go. Those are my kiddos. Now that I have that login URL, I'm going to go into Canvas, because I don't want to just necessarily give kids links. And I might put this in my modules, so I'm going to go into modules. And then in my module, I'm going to click plus. And I'm going to make this an assignment and it's going to be ungraded, just because I don't want kids to like go through their module. And I know a lot of us have it, okay, the module only opens on a certain day and it's locked until like they have to do things in order. Well, I don't want them to finish Wednesday night's work and then see Thursday's test and go, oh my God, there was a test today. And I click on the link and nothing's there. And so I'm just going to make it an assignment so that it only shows up for them on that day. So I'm going to have it be a new assignment. I'm just going to, a new assignment, and I'm going to call it sample test. I'll add an item. So now in my module, it's going to default to the end. I can push this and drag it up to where I want my test to be. I actually have to click on it now and edit this assignment. So I'm going to edit the assignment. It's worth no points just because they'll get points through Eduphoria. So look, I can't help but make things cute even as an example. So I'm going to show you how Fibrosis did this. Okay, so I'm like, ooh, I need a cute header. We need cute headers. you want me to show you how to make cute headers in Canva that have little GIFs on them, I'm happy to do that in another video, or you can call me. Okay, so also, I'm going to give them directions. So I'm centering. I'm going to go ahead and make this like 18-point font. I'm going to bold it. And then I'm personally going to go to Format and Fonts and pick a cuter font. Say, complete the test. Complete the test to demonstrate your understanding of blah. And taking out of the way. Your testing times from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Your lockdown browser. So please enable. Contact with any concerns. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to make this really big because I don't necessarily even need to give them a link. I'm just going to say, click here to take test. And then I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to link it to an external link. And I'm just going to Control V, that thing I had copied from my clipboard, hit done. So that'll take them to where they have to log in so that they can take the test. So worth no points. I'm putting this in assignment, it doesn't really matter. I'm not counting it towards the final grade, so it won't even show up in my gradebook on Canvas. They're not submitting this. I just want it so that I can make them not freak out and say, okay, it's due on the 27th, and you have until the 27th and the 27th to look at this, just so you don't look at it early and think that you have a test and wonder why it's not there and panic and freak out. So then I hit save. And it's in here. And this is what a kiddo will see. And I can, change my directions or whatever. When I am ready to give them the test, that's when I have to go in and hit start. And then I'm going to have to hit stop. So hopefully that makes sense. I know Miss Cruz is making a Google spreadsheet so that we can indicate for the first 2 weeks of school at least, like if biology gives the test Thursday at 1, maybe English wants to avoid that time, just so that kids also aren't panicking that, oh my god, I have 2 tests at the same time and what do I do? So I hope this was helpful, and if there's anything else I can do to help you all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, my name is Tiffany Jones, so email me, call me, find any other Jones, they'll get you in contact with me. They'd love to help you too. No, they'll send you to me. All right, y'all have a great day.